From activation quirks to free data, in this video I'm going to share with you 8 crucial tips for anyone considering or using an Airalo eSIM, with the ultimate goal to make eSIMs feel less confusing, and that begins with just trying to understand the jargon. There are words that they use like validity period, which sounds more like a menstrual cycle, and acronyms like EKYC, which isn't a type of fast food, but a verification process. So here's a list of words and terms that you'll be encountering. Some are more obvious than others, but they're all worth paying attention to. Validity period is how long you can use the eSIM once activated. This term works hand in hand with another one you should pay attention to, and that's the activation policy. You can find this within additional information, and it's important to check because it will say whether your eSIM will be activated upon installation or when you connect to a supported network. Most start when you connect to a network at your destination, but just to be on the safe side, this one is definitely worth double checking. The last thing you want to do is install your eSIM days or even weeks before departure and then realize it's been active the whole time and has now expired. EKYC is another one to note. Some countries and regions actually require you to submit and verify travel documents before downloading a data plan. For example, if you're going to the Maldives and you want to buy an eSIM, you'll see under EKYC that it says required. Now, verifying your ID is a piece of cake, except it can take a few days for your documents to be processed. So always check ahead of time, because the last thing you want is to go buy your eSIM on the day of your departure and then realize you need to get verified, so you have to wait a few days to start using it. One last thing to note, and I know this might be obvious, but it is worth double checking. Plan type indicates whether the eSIM you're buying is data only or data, calls and texts, which is what a lot of people opt for when they're traveling for longer periods of time and to multiple destinations. And if that's you, don't make the mistake of buying an eSIM for every single country you're visiting. Instead, get yourself a regional one that will be less expensive and far more efficient. These give you coverage across multiple countries and continents, and besides Antarctica, Airalo pretty much has every region of the world covered. And once you've chosen the area you're traveling to, you can check to see which countries are included by selecting the eSIM and scrolling down to supported countries. If you don't fully know your travel plans yet, that's also okay. A global eSIM would probably be your best choice because that will give you the flexibility to travel without a plan, but ultimately knowing your itinerary will be far more cost effective. And once your destinations are decided, definitely rename your eSIMs so they're relevant to where you're going. This is just really a good housekeeping tip to help you stay organized. So after you've purchased your eSIM and inside the app under My eSIMs, you just need to tap details on the one you want to rename and then the 3 dots in the top right hand corner. After that, just select rename and call it whatever you want. It's also important that you do this in your phone settings so you can easily tell the difference between your eSIMs and your regular SIM. On an iPhone, you do this by going to your settings, clicking mobile or cellular service, then under SIMs, you want to select your eSIM, which by default might be called secondary. Well, if you click that, you can then rename it by tapping mobile plan label. For me, this eSIM is for an upcoming trip to France, so I've renamed it Airalo France Trip. This can be especially useful when identifying which SIM you want to use for your default voice line. So that's the one that will receive calls, and also, and probably more importantly for you, the one you want to use for your mobile or cellular data. As you can see, I have the choice of primary and Airalo France Trip. Well, once I arrive in the land of croissant, I'll toggle this to the Airalo eSIM. I'll also keep allow mobile data switching toggled off just to ensure my phone doesn't attempt to use my primary SIM. Now, I only have one right now, but renaming them is even more important if you have multiple eSIMs. And this is one of their greatest benefits. It's like having a Swiss Army knife for a phone. You could have a personal one, a business, a travel one, even a burner line in case you're a serial killer, which I hope you're not. Unlike Bran and Hodor in Game of Thrones, we no longer have to be tied to one carrier. I spent years with O2 being ripped off because they offered me free data roaming in Europe. Well, now I have a UK SIM that's a tenner a month, and I buy an Airalo one when I want to travel. Hold the door! But there is a caveat. When I travel, I now have access to less roaming data, so I just need to be careful about my usage. No longer can I recklessly stream 4K videos on the toilet. Hello. or listen to Celine Dion in the shower. To help you keep an eye on your data usage, you can add a widget to your iPhone's home screen. It kind of looks like a fuel gauge, but for your internet juice. Also, if you want to be extra stingy, you can activate low data mode. You'll find this within mobile or cellular service in your settings. Then if you tap the eSIM and then data mode, you can select low data mode, and that'll reduce your usage. Switching on push notifications is also a nice way to receive a gentle nudge about your data usage. Just go to settings, tap notifications, and then select the Airalo app. You can then customize them however you want. And don't fear, you won't get spammed with alerts or offers. Airalo will just let you know when you have 3 days and 1 day left until your eSIM expires, and when you have 25 and 10% data remaining. And if you do get down to 10%, topping up is really simple. Just go to My eSIMs, select the eSIM, and then tap top up. In case you can't see the top up button or it doesn't work, don't worry. It's probably because that particular eSIM doesn't have the option, so you'll just need to purchase and download another one. And if you do need to buy a new one or you haven't got yours yet, please consider using the link in the description box below. That is an affiliate link, so by using it, you'll be supporting myself and the channel. I also have a full video on how to purchase and activate an Airalo eSIM, which I've linked below. Airalo's referral program is also available to every customer and not just affiliates like Manito, and it's a great way for you to earn air money. Basically, you can give your friends a discount code, which I believe is for $3, and then you earn $3 back in credit. If you just visit your Airalo profile and tap refer and earn, you can then access your code. Any free credit you earn can be found under Air Money and membership, and you can use it to purchase eSIMs or top up packages. If you have friends and they travel, then definitely spam them with your Airalo referral code. Sharing is caring after all, just like when you use your eSIM as a hotspot. Not many people know this, but you can share your eSIM data with other devices. This could be a laptop, a tablet, or even a husband. Just remember, hotspotting uses a fair amount and rinses battery power, so try to keep your tethering time short. And if you're on an iPhone, once your eSIM is active, connected, and with data roaming toggled on, just go to personal hotspot and toggle allow others to join. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And also big thanks to Airalo. This blog post served as inspiration for the video and I've linked it below. See you in the next one. Goodbye.